All right, hey guys, here we are, hole number 4. Now, typically what I'd like to do is I'd like to hit some sort of bounce shot up here. You can see my opponent here going for something a little bit more shallow, maybe even, I would imagine that's not much spin there to be able to put it there. And you'll have to do some sort of ball guide to offset, a touch. If you're going off of this, I'm not sure if I'm going to try to bounce it down here this low or not. I may try, because one of the things that I like to try to do is I like to put as much depth as I can on and use some of the control with the backspin. And it's going to be tougher to do on this position. But I do think the sniper is going to be a relatively, and you can see that he was really light with his adjustment. He barely caught that on that mound there. Now, I don't know what power level that one was. Let me see where we're at here. So I almost want to see if I can just go power 0 and just kind of club up. And what this will allow me to do is bring it in, hopefully just a little bit more controlled. It's kind of what I'm thinking. And I like this approach a little bit better. I'm thinking something along the lines of this. What should end up happening is this wind effect plus should help the ball deflect more left and shorter. So you'll see that I'm kind of intentionally keeping it behind the hole a little bit. Now in terms of my ring adjustment, I'm thinking pretty close to 1-to-1, maybe just a little bit light. So that's about 7.8 rings in this situation. Make sure you don't add any power. You can see I great balled it out to the right. That's probably going to cost me a little bit. So you can see that it's just kind of coming in along this fringe. Not quite, but it looks like I might be able to go a little bit more in a 1-to-1 fashion, or I'll have to offset that guide even more. So that's one of the things that you may want to do, is just kind of find that perfect offset, ball guide offset, for where you can be very close to just be able to go 1-to-1 on your ring adjustment. So you can see that I kind of collapsed it down just a little bit too much. What you'll want to do for yours is you'll want to keep that ball guide just a little bit more through the hole. But when you have all that left spin, keep in mind you're going to have to keep it to the right of the hole, because what's going to happen is that ball guide's going to collapse down. It's going to break harder to the left than you expect. And it's also going to collapse down and not make it to the hole. So you got to make sure that you keep it through just a little bit more than I did. But also, you know, not hitting that great ball is going to also be key too, once you figure out exactly your alignment and everything. But good luck with that one. Should be relatively straightforward. And as I mentioned, you know, I do believe it'll just have just a little bit more control that way, as opposed to trying to go with a sniper, you know, with a lower top spin, like almost like no spin. I kind of like this method better. So if you have these power 0 balls, definitely going to be a good way to go. So good luck with that one, and see you guys on the next one.